welcome back to my channel. My name is Mel, if you did not already know. For today's video, I wanted to focus on the base, mostly because everyone always focuses on eye looks, and that's perfectly fine. However, if you're new to makeup, it's important to go back to the basics, and a lot of people forget to do that, so I wanted to touch base on those things. So I do mention primer, foundation, concealer, highlighter, and contour in this video, or bronzer. And if you don't want to venture out into highlighting and bronzing, you definitely don't have to. You can stop after concealer. I just wanted to mention everything that I do in this video. But yeah, without further ado, this is my foundation routine. Okay guys, to start off, make sure your face and your hands are clean. I say hands because I tend to use them a lot with my makeup application. So yeah, make sure you always begin with priming. I use two, the Maybelline Baby Skin and the Nivea Sensitive Post Shape Balm. The reason I use two primers is because I like my T-zone, which has larger pores, to be filled in with this. And then the rest of my face, I like to be kept pretty radiant, and this helps a lot. So I know that people have used this like in the last couple of years. I used to use it a lot. It was really good with keeping my makeup on all throughout the day, and like my makeup just really adhered to the skin when I applied this, especially when I pat it in. I like to keep it on my forehead as well as on my nose and below my eyes where my pores are. Before putting on any foundation, I love to color correct. Color correct helps a lot for me. All it is basically taking the opposite color on a color wheel to correct any imperfections that you have. For me, I have discoloration under my eyes and around the perimeters of my face. To correct that, you use a peach tone. A lot of people will use orange. It really depends on how saturated the darkness is under your eyes. My holy grail is the MAC Prep and Prime in Peach Lustre. I like to use my fingers because it really warms up the product and melts it into my skin. Okay, now we can finally jump into my actual foundation, and my favorite one to use when I am on the run or, you know, like just running errands, nothing too serious. I love to use Maybelline Matte and Poreless. I just love it because it makes my skin look like skin. I personally love beauty blenders or sponges. This one is by Real Techniques. The texture is pretty similar to the beauty blender, as it's like not too tough or dense, I guess you could say. You want to make sure you begin with the minimal amount because you just don't want to go too ham on it, and it's much easier to build it rather than having to worry about taking it away and all that confusing stuff. I pounce the crap out of my face, okay? I've been told, I already know. But I have been seeing on Nikki Tutorial's channel, she loves to like roll it, so she pats and rolls the beauty blender. Okay, y'all know I have like a 3 head, so I gotta like really work into it. Alright, so next is concealer. I love the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I'm gonna use the shade Cool Tan. The only thing that upsets me about this is the brush tip, because when I have to squeeze the crap out of this, it gets really messy. I like to apply the concealer on the sides of my nose because it will help to further contour later on. So you want to do it in the upside down triangle, as you probably already know. Everyone talks about it. I try to stay away from my direct under eye as much as possible because it will definitely crease if you are not careful. I also use this to clean up my eyeliner as well as any eyeshadow that I messed up. I've been dragging it onto my brows to clean that up. So the good thing about this sponge is that there's multiple sides to it, or you know, there's angles and such. I like to begin with this because it's flat and you can just really get into those areas. And you just want to gradually get it closer to your direct under eye. Same with the other side. Now for the bridge of my nose, I like to use my Real Techniques crease brush just to blend that out. And then I get whatever streakiness was going on. I always set my concealer just because I know I'm going to crease throughout the day. I'm going to go in with my Mercier translucent powder. So I just tip it upside down. And I actually open it upside down so that the product is in the cap, and it makes it easier to dip my sponge into it. So for this step, make sure your sponge is wet. I just draw on the side of my nose, and then the remaining product I put below my eyes. I look up so that way I get the most product in that area. All them fine lines, boo. If you have no fine lines, God bless you. Must be nice. This hair is just them natural days. Not cute. For my nose, I get really oily in that section, so I do make sure to leave my translucent powder on longer than the rest of my face. So I pinch my sponge like this, and then I go onto my nose. On my forehead too, because I do get oily there. Then I dust it off almost immediately. And you want to use a loose brush. This one is very flimsy, but in a good way, because you don't want a dense brush. It'll take off too much product. And you're just gonna sweep and really dust off any leftover powder. Alright, so I'm going to keep the powder on my nose there while I go in and bronze. I do not contour my face all the time. I tend to just bronze to bring life back into my face. I like warmth there and to look more alive and healthy, and yeah. So one of my favorite things to use is my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and this one is in Dark Deepest. You want the most of your product to be in this area where you're hollowing it out, and it just really helps to shape your face. For me, I create more of vertical lines because my face is very round. As you can see, I will be dragging it up here, and it just creates that look for me. People say to use a 3. It helps sometimes, sometimes it doesn't. You don't have to. Don't forget your forehead. I don't go too ham because contouring is meant to shrink stuff. I don't need to shrink my forehead any more than it already is. And for my nose, I don't do too much. I really just dust a little bit. And I bring it into my brow to create a nice shape. So on the other side. And then you can go ahead and dust off the nose. So I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and this helps to lock everything in. When it's safe to open your eyes, go ahead and open your eyes. This also helps for all the powders to into your skin and look less powdery. Not trying to be a powdered donut out here, you know? Like maybe a glazed donut, but not a powdered donut. Before that completely dries, I want to go in with my highlighter. I saw Melissa Alatorre use it in one of her videos, and she said it's the best highlighter at the drugstore. It's the Maybelline Expert Wear eyeshadow. This is in the shade Glow Down, and let me just swatchy swatch 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 for you. Okay, I see you, babe. So that's what we're gonna use today. Is it possible to go overboard with highlight? I'd like to think it's not. Girl, yes. Oh my gosh. I hate when people are like, you have something on your nose. I'm like, no! It's supposed to be there. What are you doing? I'm trying to help Santa home. Okay, so I'm gonna put on the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Okay guys, that is it. That is how I do my foundation, and yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed filming it, and I hope you really learned something if you're a beginner. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already so you can keep up with my upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Mwah!